George here from Edge Forex. This is a recap of the week ending January 10th, 2024, ready for your weekly dose of market chaos, wit, and a sprinkle of sarcasm. Let's get into what went down last week and what to expect this week, because the markets certainly aren't taking a holiday, even if you are. Let me set the scene. The dollar was on a roller coaster ride, starting with a dip on whispers of softer Trump tariffs. But just when you thought it might take a breather, the dollar pulled a Rocky Balboa and rallied hard, thanks to a stronger than expected December jobs report. And who was the hype man for this dollar comeback? None other than Trump himself. First on social media, because of course, and then in person. The result? The dollar flexed its muscles against almost every major currency. If you were rooting for the pound or euro, my condolences. Speaking of the pound, GBP USD fell harder than my hopes during the last football finals. It's now plumbing depths not seen since 2023. But don't worry, sterling fans, the Bank of England is here to do absolutely nothing helpful. More on that in a minute. And inflation? Oh, inflation was the uninvited guest who shows up, eats all your snacks, and leaves you with a mess to clean. In the UK, it's still sticky. In the US, it's sticky and smug. It's like trying to get gum off your shoe. It's going nowhere fast. So, what's the vibe for the week ahead? In short, more drama, less relief. Here's your quick rundown. Monday, ECB's Lane and Ren are speaking in Hong Kong. Translation: expect a lot of vague economic jargon that sounds important but means little. Over in the US, we've got the NY Fed's inflation expectations report. Fingers crossed it doesn't add fuel to the inflation is here to stay fire. Tuesday, the US Producer Price Index, PPI, lands. For those of you not fluent in economicsese, PPI tells us how much prices are rising before they hit your local store shelves. Spoiler alert, it's probably going to show inflation still has a pulse. Meanwhile, UK Bose Breeden speaks. Will they give any clarity on rate cuts? Probably not, but we'll listen anyway. Wednesday, the big one, UK CPI. All eyes will be on whether inflation is finally cooling. The forecast, a slight drop. The reality? Let's not jinx it. Across the pond, the US CPI will drop. Sticky prices are expected here too. The Fed won't be thrilled, but hey, when has inflation ever cared about their feelings? Thursday, Australia releases its employment data. If you're trading AUD, keep an eye out for this one. It'll tell us whether their economy is bouncing or just kangaroo hopping along. The ECB releases the minutes from their December meeting. Expect plenty of maybes and we'll sees. Friday, China wraps the week with its GDP report. Their growth trajectory could set the tone for risk appetite in the weeks to come. Now, let's break down the big stories shaping this week. 1. Inflation's stubborn streak. In the UK, CPI is expected to show a minor drop. But let's not break out the party hats just yet. Inflation is still annoyingly persistent, especially in services. It's like trying to lose the last £5. Possible, but frustrating. Meanwhile, US inflation is likely to stay sticky too. Core CPI is expected to hold at 3.3% YoY. For Fed officials, this is the equivalent of spilling coffee on a white shirt, just plain annoying. The stronger dollar trend will probably continue, making life tough for anyone holding USD or GBP USD positions. 1. Sterling, under pressure. The pound is struggling and there's no knight in shining armour coming to the rescue. With the Bank of England poised to start cutting rates in February, GBP USD could test the 1.20 level. For perspective, that's like watching your favourite football team go from first place to mid-table. Painful. 1. China's growth, rebound or bust. China's GDP data on Friday is the wild card. A strong print could reignite risk appetite globally, while a weak one could send commodities and equities into a tailspin. Either way, it's one to watch if you're trading gold or the Aussie dollar. This week is shaping up to be another wild ride. Keep your eyes on the data, your stop losses tight, and your emotions in check. And if it all feels overwhelming, just remember, at least you're not the one tasked with fixing inflation. I'm George from Edge Forex, reminding you to stay sharp, trade smart, and as always, keep your sense of humour intact. See you next week.